Hello everybody, welcome to Chef Life, the channel where we cook and bake and travel and sometimes run. And today we are baking. We have been experimenting quite a bit with this special bread. It's called Pandesal, which is for me most probably the national bread of the Philippines. So it's not something that you just try out and do. We have tried different recipes, some with butter, some without butter. And I think the one we have now is really something that is Pandesal Deluxe. So if you like what you see, please don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, don't forget to subscribe and of course to tell all your friends. But without further ado, let's start and see what we need. So first we combine the milk, a little bit of water, the sugar and the butter, and we will just warm it up in the microwave. Not too hot, just till it's lukewarm. So now the milk is nice and lukewarm. You don't want it too hot because otherwise when you add the yeast you will actually kill the yeast. So we're adding now the dry yeast and we mix it a little bit more that everything is nicely mixed, and then we wait till it starts bubbling. That basically shows us that the yeast is active. Now with the dry ingredients we have the flour and we will add the salt. Very important to always have salt, and we just combine it that it's nicely mixed. So we let the yeast rise for about 8 minutes and you can see how nice and bubbly it is. So it's definitely working well, the yeast. So we made a well in the middle of the flour and we pour it in carefully. And we start taking in the flour from the outside to the middle. And soon we have to put it actually on the table. And then the muscle work is starting. For about good 8 to 10 minutes, you have to really knead the dough very well. You can of course do it in a machine as well, but I just like to do and work by hand. Just make sure you wash your hands very well before. The kneading is very important because if you do it right, the bread will be nice and fluffy and all nice and regular. Good. Ooh, it's quite a workout, I tell you. But we kneaded it now hard for 8 minutes. So you know, 8 9 minutes, and then it should be okay. And then get it nice and round. And then we put it in a oiled bowl to let it proof a little bit. So I got the oil here, put it on my hands, put it in the bowl to make sure it's not too sticky. Voila. Excellent. And now we cover it and we let it proof. So we have let it proof now for good 40 minutes. It was actually now a bit longer, about 50 minutes. You know, a couple of minutes more or less, doesn't matter. So to see if it's good, what you actually do is you just punch a hole, and if it stays, it is perfect. So I think we're looking pretty good. So you punch it down, and then we take the dough out carefully. Ah, it's coming out beautifully. Voila. And we just flatten it a bit. And now we can divide it. So cut it once in half. And then the half we cut in half once more. Make sure it's about the same weight. You can always use a scale. And then we cut it in 3 pieces, which should be equal. So we want to just check that the breads are about the same weight. They should be 60 grams. So this one is just a bit above 50. And this is a bit heavier, that's 70. So we'll take a bit away. And we add it to the other one to make sure that they all have the same weight. Good, and now to shape the rolls, we make it a bit flat. And we just pull a bit and pull the flaps towards the inside. Voila, we'll turn it around. And then the rolling part comes. In the bakery they have machines for this. Nice and round, turn them around. And then sometimes you actually have to pinch the hole a bit close, but this one doesn't have a hole anymore. Good, so now we got them all nice, you see, pinch the hole a little bit close. And now they're getting ready for baking, but there's one big thing missing. So with the Pandesal, they're always like breadcrumbed before they get baked. And this one here is basically just some old bread that was a little stale. And what we did was roast it a little bit, toast it in the oven, blend it. And that's basically it. So we have finished shaping all the rolls. You can see they're not exactly the same size. So if you really want them exactly the same size, make sure that you measure them correctly. But it should be absolutely perfect. So now we have to proof them again for about 45 minutes. We just put the cloth on top and we patiently wait. So let's have a look how they look like. Whoa, nice. They have nearly doubled in size, which means they're now ready to bake. So what is important now is you have the oven preheated at 170. You leave them in for 12 minutes and after that we will actually put some tin foil on it, not that the breadcrumbs burn. So we bake them now for the first 8 minutes. Now we need to turn them around because the oven is not 100% the same. You can see in the back they're getting a little bit brown, in the front not yet, but they're absolutely beautiful. Now what you can do, because they need now another 12 minutes, you don't want it to be too dark, you can put a little tin foil on top just to protect them, and you bake them another 12 minutes. Good, so the time is finished. Let's have a look how they came out. Oh yes. Now that is a Pandesal Deluxe, because they're actually quite big for a Pandesal, but beautifully brown. Okay, so as they say, the proof is in the pudding or in the bread. It's still hot. Oh, it's beautiful. And it's soft. Oh, amazing. So let me just break it open carefully. Ooh. I'm actually nearly burning my fingers, but look how beautiful they are. That is like in the Philippines. Now in the Philippines, people usually eat them with jam and butter or honey. I just like to use a little bit honey on mine, which we have a nice local honey. Pour a little bit on it. And let's taste. I feel like at home. That's why I have a Manila t-shirt on as well, because I love the Philippines. Feeling homesick now, so try it out. Absolutely fantastic. So easy to make. Doesn't take much time. I can only recommend to try it out once. So I hope you liked everything. If you do, don't forget to hit the like button, tell your friends, and don't forget to subscribe and follow us. I'll see you soon again.